And because their games have been on standalone national TV, 4 out of the 6, we've all seen it. So here's what I think the fan wants to know right now, Jeff Saturday. Because Russell Wilson is one of the biggest names in the sport, and he just got the huge contract and everything else. So to whom much is given, the expectation. How much of the mess we are seeing falls on the quarterback?
Oh, listen, if you're going to give him the credit, give him the blame. Like that's football, right? Like we're going to anoint dudes as, hey, they carry us to the promised land. Well, right now we ain't getting carried anywhere. And the 2 worst stats are 4 primetime games for the Denver Broncos. That's the worst stat. But the other is they had 9 pressures last night in the second half. He was pressured over 60. So there is some to be passed around, not just to Russell Wilson. The receivers that everybody lauded in this offseason. This is a great group of wide receivers who are going to find ways to make all these plays. Ain't nobody in Denver making plays offensively. I mean, this is as bad as it gets. And listen, I know channels got changed last night. Dang, if I didn't get paid for it, I'd have changed my channel too. But it's absolute insanity that we can't go anywhere offensively with Hackett and Russell Wilson. Something's brewing, and it ain't good in Denver.
Yeah, I just wanted to go to sleep.
I just wanted to go to sleep, y'all.
Just make it. Somebody do something.
I mean, I think the game was sleep, but they're not asking Russell to attack down the field, which is something that he does really well normally. He's throwing balls in the middle field, something he's never traditionally done. So short passes, he's like attacking the areas that he's not great at, which doesn't help. But if you want to find a positive sign for the Broncos fans, that defense is outstanding.
Defense is balling.
They are outstanding. He keeps putting them in terrible positions, and they stand up every week and give them a chance to win. That's impressive. So let's be happy about that.
I think it was like Justin Herbert had a record for most passes thrown without a touchdown pass. Like, So yes, that's true. But they're not winning. And Russell says the only thing that matters is we're winning. If we win, they're not doing it. Look, Seattle, to Swagu's point, Seattle did not know he was going to be this bad. Right. But the reason he's not in Seattle anymore is because the Seahawks looked down the road, knew what kind of contract he was going to want, and decided they didn't think he was that kind of player anymore. So what it looks like in Denver, and again, I'm not saying it's this, but this is lending credence to the theory. It looks like a team that hired a head coach because they thought it would help him get Aaron Rodgers, and then didn't get Aaron Rodgers. And now it seems like the fit between the two is bad. He's been hurt, right? He had something done on his shoulder. Had hurt his hamstring in the game last night. Everything that could possibly go wrong. What they need is to not be on primetime anymore. And you talk about worst stats, 7 touchdowns in 69 offensive possessions so far this year.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Listen, you think about where is the Rose in this? Like, if you look at their red zone, they've turned it over as many as touchdowns as they scored in the red zone. Like 3 and 3. Like, that's absolutely awful. And then one thing I will say, like, the part that you give Russell Wilson the biggest problem is the Colts game on that Thursday night. Like, that post that he throws the interception to Gilmore, that you can't have that from your $250 million player, right? But Melvin Gordon, his phone, he got benched. I mean, they benched a guy with an injury to the best running back they have. They benched their other guy. These are big problems.
Go ahead, Marcus.
I'm going to be professional, okay? I'm going to be professional because Himbo sent me some stats. I'm going to use them. I use them about once a year, but I'm going to use them today. Think about this in context, right? Himbo sent me this. The Broncos have scored 17 points 5 times in 6 games. The Broncos scored fewer than 17 points 3 times in 57 games with Peyton Manning. He has doubled that, and we ain't even to week 7 yet. Bro, think about how bad this is when you make an investment of almost of $250 million in a quarterback. And y'all, this ain't like this a new offseason. We've been talking about Denver as a quarterback away for 3 years. We've been talking about them missing in drafts. We've been talking about them bringing in guys and it not working out. This was supposed to be the fix. And I didn't know what Hackett was going to do. I'm always leery when we hire these coaches because they've been around some of the best damn quarterbacks we've ever seen in our life. So we think they great coaches just by hanging around the facility. Ultimately, what this boils down to is this. We looking at Nathaniel Hackett, and he deservedly so deserves a lot of the vitriol and the things that we're saying. The problem that Russ is going to have is that Russell Wilson is the face of the Denver Broncos. The coach is not going to take the punishment going to take week in and week out. And I believe, to your point, Jeff, he needs just as much responsibility. Hey, no, I get you, Jeff. I get you. He'll take it from us because we looking at football from ins and outs, watching film, understanding what type of offense they run in, what type of situations they're being put in. But Russell Wilson is going to carry the brunt of this because they've been quarterback starved for the last however many years, bro.
Yeah,
Except the other guy's the one who's going to get fired.
Usually the coaches, usually the coaches end up taking that tumble.
I'm not talking about losing your job.
I'm with you.
We know Nathaniel Hackett going to go first, but the scrutiny is going to lay on the shoulders of Russell Wilson.
Right.
That's fair, but in the moment I have left, and by the way, I just looked it over. In one game, the Broncos this year gave up 32 points. In their other 5, they gave up 17, 9, 10, 12, and 19, and they're 2-4.
Good.
So the defense clearly has been excellent. How long until we start seeing these changes? To recap, the team was recently sold. The new owners did not hire the coach. They did give Russell the contract. Right. So there's no questions about who's going to pay the price ultimately here. How quickly do you think that a move could come?
Yeah, I think he's going to make it through the year. I suspect that they at least give him 2 years. If it doesn't get any better between, I do. He's a first-time head coach. His very first game was on national TV in prime time, and it was an embarrassment, which started us with this narrative that he's a terrible coach, which is not fair. It's also a true narrative. It's not just a made-up narrative. And then we continue to see this time after time. They brought in Rosberg to help him manage the game. I think they'll give him the rest of the season. They'll give him another season. If it doesn't get better after that, then they'll probably look elsewhere. But the real problem is there's not one answer. Like, I don't walk away from this segment saying, if the Broncos can just fix X, they'll be better. No, they got a lot of issues on the offensive side of the ball. And there's no easy solution.
No, there are a lot more letters than that in their alphabet, and that is the problem that they currently have. So that's where it begins. They were awful last night. The Chargers were only slightly better, but they're 4-2 now and tied with Kansas City atop the AFC West. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.